Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Gorgeous day. Got up to 58 today and sunny. It was beautiful. So today's topic is going to be, if you have TMS and you're treating the body, that's like ... Alright. So, I'm going to enjoy a little bit of outdoor time. Take a couple of nice beautiful breaths. Fill my lungs up. Enjoy the birds chirping. Squirrels are running around, the birds are flying around. This is a tease for spring. It's only mid-February, towards the end of February. So we're getting closer, almost through the winter. So, all right. So if you have TMS and you're treating the body, that's kind of like drilling a tooth that has no cavity and doesn't hurt. All right. So it's like fixing a car that's working perfectly. Right? It's like going in for surgery and having an organ removed that's not a problem. Basically, I guess the way I view it, and the way Dr. Sarno viewed it, many of the folks in the TMS community, the people teaching this, view it, is that this is a brain-created issue. Your brain is perceiving danger and therefore is turning on the pain signals. It is not evidence of your body being broken or the problem. So doing a physical treatment to change your brain's perception of what's going on is destined to fail. That's why all these surgeries and treatments and manipulations and massage and adjustments and injections and surgeries don't work, because the originating, source is the brain and the brain's perception of what's going on. And in many cases, these treatments that fail to provide relief, or if they do, short-term at best, oftentimes make things worse, because they're adding to the fear, they're adding to the frustration. You're hearing from doctors that say, well, I don't know why that didn't work. It should have, and so you must be a special kind of broken. And that adds to what? Your fear level. And when the fear goes up, guess what else follows? The pain and the other symptoms. So, don't treat the body. TMS means your body's okay already. Doesn't feel okay. It feels like something is massively wrong. But the presence of symptoms does not give you any proof that the body's the problem. And in everything I've learned over 24 plus years of studying this stuff and living it personally, is that our sensations that we feel are liars. They're a warning signal. They're a danger signal. They're saying, hey, watch out, you're in trouble. But it's perceived danger. It's based on the brain's perception that something's going on that's dangerous, not the reality. So as it relates to your diagnosis, many people have many fancy medical terms for the various things that you're being told is causing your problems. And virtually every week I hear new medical labels that I've never heard before. And inevitably, I think most of them are just TMS. Plain simple, perceived dangers, right? So for those of you who are still on the fence and still trying to figure out, is it real? Is it Memorex? Remember those commercials from the 80s? Is it real or is it Memorex? And they'd play, never mind. I'm dating myself. Hopefully some older people will know what I'm talking about. But if you're trying to figure out, is this TMS or not? A pain test, very reliable. It's data-driven. I'm not the only one using it. I got it from a mentor of mine who has run hundreds of thousands of people through it. And inevitably, if you're over 29, what that means is you can dramatically influence, if not eliminate, your symptoms. Right? So that's a data piece for you. The ppdassociation.org/symptoms. There's, number one, a list of symptoms there, and it's a lot longer of a list than you think. Can't tell you how many times I hear people say, well, I never read Sarno talking about dizziness or vertigo or nausea or any of this stuff, but keep in mind, Sarno's books were written now going on 20 years ago and longer ago. And a ton has been learned about this mind-body stuff since then. So if you feel you're different and that you don't fit into the standard pain, scenario, that doesn't exclude you from having TMS or perceived danger pain. You still very well do. Any symptoms that are longer than 6 to 8 weeks are the normal time frame for healing. It's become learned. So if you don't like the term TMS, call it learned pain. Basically, your brain memorized it based on the fear and the attention we're giving the symptoms. So for anybody who's gone through years of treatments, somebody I know got 50 injections in their foot, Botox injections in their foot, and I guess, zero criticism for them. They were just doing what the doctor told them and was trusting that the doctor was accurate. But, and I even joked with her. I said, well, after the first 42, what made you think that the 43rd injection was going to work when the previous 42 didn't? Right? And so we're desperate for help. We're desperate to believe that there's somebody out there who can cure what's going on. But again, accurate information is the gold here. That's the key to getting better, is once you realize that all of these medical assessments, these imaging studies, these opinions from the doctors are just that. They're opinions. Then you can turn the corner and start moving ahead with this TMS work, this mind-body work. And if a doctor is telling you, well, there's the cause, I know that's the cause, you've got this type of, medical label, that's what's going on. Ask him, what's the proof? What's the proof, doctor? How do we know with certainty that that's the proof? Because I've been getting treated by doctors for 2 years for this thing that you're telling me is causing my pain, but yet nothing works. So how is it that it's proof that you have proof that this is the cause of the pain, but yet you can't fix it? And I'm not saying be a jerk to these doctors, but literally, what's their proof? Is it an opinion or is it a fact? And if it's a fact, they should be able to fix it. Doctors are great at fixing things when they know what they are, but these are opinions. It's their belief. And a great way to question it is to say, okay, doctor, so you're telling me this, bulging disc or stenosis that, or rotator cuff this. Are there people who have the same exact physical structure as I do and no pain? And if the answer is yes, then you say, what's your proof mine is caused by that? Well, yours is really bad. I know, but what's the proof? Are there other people with really bad imaging studies? And inevitably you'll hear that there's plenty of people out there with horrible imaging studies. Their back looks like a wreck, their neck, their shoulders, or whatever, and no pain. I actually talked to a lady who the doctors were really pushing her for hip surgery because she had pain in one hip. She had both of her hips looked at. The one that was painful wasn't too bad. The one that had zero pain at all looked twice as bad. So the condition of the body on the imaging study is almost meaningless, right? And so don't treat the body when you've determined that it's TMS. You're probably wasting your time, wasting your money, and possibly scaring yourself more, since many of these treatments that don't work just keep you believing like, oh, I must be really broken. Come on back over to the TMS side of the fence. Make a decision that this is the only thing that makes sense. And look, I heard Dr. Schubner say in one of his responses to somebody, he said, the more symptoms you have, the more likely it is to be mind-body. Meaning, there's no medical explanation that can cause the wide variety of symptoms that many of you have. People say, I feel like I'm falling apart, everything's going wrong, this is wrong, that's wrong, and these 18 things are going on. There's almost no one single medical explanation that causes all that crazy stuff, except, in my opinion, the terrified brain operating on the misinformation that your body's screwed up. When the brain believes the body's screwed up and you've got all that misinformation and you heap on it a whole bunch of fear and even terror, all sorts of things can start hurting and not working right. And the only thing that makes sense, the only thing that could possibly cause that is TMS and this perceived danger, pain, and symptoms. It's the only thing. So get super clear on this so you can get super clear with yourself and begin teaching your brain to settle down. We're gonna be okay. So stop fixing the body once you know it's TMS. It hasn't worked yet. Probably won't work tomorrow. So, hope this makes sense. Love you guys and gals. I'm enjoying the day. I'm not even freezing out here today. So I'm probably going to go find a patch of sun and enjoy it before I head back inside. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Love you.